there are invisible intruders all around, making us cover our noses, gag, and even run away.
I feel like someone was punching me with smell.
Let's face it, life stinks.
Cesspool is basically where all the wastewater goes from the house.
And we're taking the lid off some of the most offensive smells we encounter every day.
Basically, it's just cow urine, manure.
To determine how much they stink.
This is disgusting.
And why.
Nice looking swine manure.
Stink can be lethal.
Hydrogen sulfide is a poison.
Or life-saving. But one thing's for sure, we're waging an all-out war against it. From BO to PU. Now, Stink on Modern Marvels.
It is rank.
Breathe in once, and you'll know. Our everyday life is an onslaught of smells. Good, bad, and somewhere in between. Everything we smell is a chemical. Different molecules arranged in countless ways to create a particular odor that our olfactory system will detect and process. Like a hot slice of pizza, or car exhaust, or week-old garbage. The human nose can detect at least 5,000 different odors. Not as much as most animals, but enough to make us impressive smelling machines. Especially when it comes to stink.
The human nose is actually exquisitely sensitive, particularly to some odors that we would consider malodor or bad odors. Some of those odors can be smelled as little as 1 part per billion in air.
That's why it doesn't take much of a stink for its smelly chemicals to hit us hard.
That stinks.
And we're going to explore some of the smelliest. But how do you accurately describe and quantify a bad smell? Step 1, you go to odor school at St. Croix Sensory in Stillwater, Minnesota. At this sensory testing and training company, they teach people to professionally assess smells, good and bad. In preparation for this episode, we sent a Modern Marvels film crew to odor school.
And now you're going to inhale, exhale normally.
Where they learn to use a state-of-the-art stink measuring tool.
That was right. And now turn it to the next blank position.
It's a real-life stinkometer, designed and developed here. The Nasal Ranger.
It has carbon filters for filtering out the odor.
In the war against stink, the Nasal Ranger is a powerful weapon that measures the level of a bad smell in a local community, like the odor from a landfill, or a chemical refinery, or a freshly fertilized field.
Turn it to the next blank position of 2.
To operate the Nasal Ranger, the user first sets the dial. The dial's numbers correspond to the different sized holes through which air from the surrounding environment is breathed in.
Okay, good. And now inhale twice at that target level.
The user takes a strong whiff through the mask, which pulls odorous ambient air into a Teflon barrel inside the Nasal Ranger. Some of that smelly air passes through carbon filters on the side that eliminate its stink. A mix of smelly ambient air diluted with the non-smelly filtered air is what hits the user's nose through the mask. The user manipulates how much the smelly air is diluted by the filtered air by turning the dial from 2 to 500. The higher the number at which the smell is detected, the more powerful the stink. 2 is a slight but noticeable stench, while any smell 15 or over is considered a nuisance. First Modern Marvel stink rating, our collapsed cesspool on Long Island.
It smells like what you would find in an outhouse or, you know, porta potty. It smells like poo.
If you want, I can dangle you in there a little
That
bit.
is an awesome offer, but I already smell it here, and it's on 400.
Okay, so you don't want to go in?
So that's pretty stinky.
All right.
I think any lower and I wouldn't survive.
Our Modern Marvel stink rating for the cesspool, 400. A 400 rating means Amber can detect the cesspool stink through 400 parts odor-free air. So this is a bad stench, almost topping the meter.
I sort of feel like someone was holding me by the back of the head and like punching me with smell.